Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for
It's all good.
First of all, I'd like to, I was brought here by a certain band director that came before me. David Doolin. David and I were very close for a long, long time. Our careers path, I was a competitor years later of his. We worked together for many years. He has passed. He was the first person that put this band together through consolidation. He had told me that year in consolidation that all he wanted to do was to put it together to make sure it was a great transition. And he did. He kept talking to me that year and said, you need to do this. If you remember, when I first came here, my hair was a little long. Got shorter each year. Look at it now. And the gray you did. I was fortunate enough, I even had, they were scared I'd be here in Richmond County because of the long hair. I had to go before the board. They wanted to look at me. They asked me about my hair. I said, I just looked at them, I said, my hair's clean. And it's broken. And they said, would you leave the room? And I left the room. 5 minutes later, they came back and congratulated me. And I've been back to that board many, many times for them to congratulate what you did all that time.
Right on.
I really didn't care if you ever continued to play. That wasn't the process. I was a teacher. I always worried, but I didn't worry. I always thought about, what if they ever got what I felt? I knew that 20 years ago. How many people were here 20 years ago at the, that was one awesome night. I remember walking in, I stood in one place from 6 o'clock to about 1 o'clock in the morning. And they kept coming up and telling me how and what band was meant, or tell them something that I'd done to them. I'd done to them, but yeah, I did. That was so important, and they were telling their spouse in front of them. I'm older now, I can't remember much, but then I could remember probably 90% of the people, and I would tell them something that they had done. That was such an awesome night. Remember Mr. Alumni and that kind of thing. Well, you're way beyond that. So 20 years later, the opportunity to come back just to see you, it's important to me. All of these years, I have held you in my heart to the day I die. I never taught again when I left here. If I was going to teach again, I didn't leave because I didn't want to teach. And if I wanted to teach, I would stay here. I left because it didn't pay. I was growing a family, and I had to feed them. And that was it. I'm a blessed man. My kids are wonderful. I live in a great place, but you're always in my heart. So thank you very much. Thank you.
We are the Red Band.
Let me tell you another thing. No, I've got some stories on you. But Mr. Napoli's not here. I'm sad he's not here. He and I became friends when I was here. I had written shows for his band. I would go up and work his band. We did summer camps in the summertime, and he would, I would hire him to to be part of the camps thing. I knew who he was. I knew the caliber of a person that he was. And I knew this was going to move forward. And I knew Joe Allison, who he hired as his assistant. We talked about it. And Joe is always a friend, as Tony is. That was a dynamic group, but I knew it was a good head in good hands. And that was important. Basically because my heart is still. I love you.
Love you too.